Okay guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the reissue of the Sentinels Miles Morales from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So stay till the end to learn a random fact. Okay guys, here's the reissue of the Sentinels Miles Morales from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Cool pose of him on the front. You can see in through the little window up there on the top. You can see the window there on the bottom too. And you see there's Marvel 2023. Definitely a reissue there. And here's some poses of him on the side, and the Spider-Verse logo on the front or the top of it. Some more photos of him on the side. Cool looking photos of him. And then the best photo on the back. And then typical legal stuff on the bottom. Warning and who it's made by. There. So let's take a look at him out of the box, and then we'll take a look at his accessories, and then his articulation and stuff. Here's what Miles is gonna look like. This is after he takes his leap of faith in his sneakers and shorts and jacket. Looking pretty good. This is back. So, now, let's take a look at his accessories. This guy comes with a lot of accessories, and here they are. So now, let's get to it. So first, let's look at his phone. Nice detail on the phone. There's a picture of what he did with his Uncle Aaron. Painted around him in the subway where he got bit by the spider, and there it seems like somebody is calling him there on his phone, like a call notification or something like that. And he comes with sneakers, his Nike shoes. Doesn't have the symbol, which is for copyright issues, probably, and stuff like that. And here he comes with two different shoelaces. It has this little hole right there, and you just plug the peg in with whichever style of shoelace you want. You can have them going into all types of directions. Have it going down, have it going even more down like that. You can have it going up. Depends on which way you have the peg. Oh, that's not the up direction. Hang on. And the shoe, I believe. Hang on. Or maybe it's just this one that goes up like that. I believe it is. Only the one that goes up. So, there is the one that goes up, but you can get it to go into other directions. Like, there's it hanging down, turning it the opposite way, and then yeah, that's the only one that goes up. They have the peg that way. See? Pegs are different for them. So there's that, and he comes with these tied shoelaces after he's learned his lesson when he tripped on them when he jumped off the roof. So there's his tied versions of them. And here's his Miles head. which looks really good. I think it's the best one from the Spider-Verse movie. Best looking head. Has this awkward smile. Teenage smile there. And here are his headphones. No Sony logo. Copyright issues. Copyright gets everybody sometimes. Aww. But the headphones don't fit on Miles's head because of his afro. You either have to go a little back, like that. And the forward doesn't look that great. But there's that. It's meant to fit on the Spider-Man, the masked head. Like that. And here's his squinting face when Kingpin had him pinned in the train, I believe, or you could have him doing this face for anything. Confused face, or like duh face, or surprised face, or like a really face. Any face there. And here are his flipping hands, and the webs don't come out. Some have come out before, but I tried taking one out and you see this little rip. I ripped it there. See that? See that little clear rip there? That's what I did for that one. But a good thing I saw it. And then here's this one. It comes with two flippers. It comes with the spray paint can. Really nice. His right hand. And his cell phone holding hand. Hang on if I can find the cell phone. Here it is. Which is just with his right hand. And you kind of got to get that pinky in there to hold it. It's a little loose sometimes, but if you get it snug there, pinky and the thumb, that holds it really well like that. Not all the way in there. That really works. There. If you have it, you could kind of see like a 3. I think it's his dad calling there on the phone. It's supposed to be. You could use it there. You just kind of have to look really close. Can't really see, but you could pretend that it's his dad. Has a little name there. Can't really see it though. It's a little really blurry. Here is relaxed hands. Gotta say, Miles has some pretty long fingers. Spray painted fingers there, and his webbing, like a silverish white webbing there. Here's wall crawling hands, or landing pose hands. Nice. Same kind of webbing and paint stuff there. Here is mallet holding hands, Spider Ham's hammer, and web grabbing hands. This side right here seems to fit the best in the hands. That, and you can get to go on this, you kind of have to get it there on the 90 degrees or it will be loose. And hold it like that. And the mallet, you take and hold. You have to take it off and put it through the bottom and put the top back on like that. And then he has his mallet holding, and the size does differ from figure, because on the Spider Ham I believe it's a smaller, it seems. Spider-Gwen, the Sentinel Spider-Gwen that came with Spider-Ham, the mallet seems to be smaller. Here is spread out hands, and this Sentinel stand, here's the bottom, and it has a little slide thing, guard thing there, kind of. I take that off, and it can kind of go in that hole, but it doesn't really stay that well. Kind of loose. It's kind of loose at a lot, even on the sides here. All the clear pieces come out, and just kind of poke that in there, and it walks. Just kind of have to get it to go in there. One side does fit snugger than the other. As you can see, the little rectangle there, you want it to be like this to go in. And you can just slide it there. And all these clear pieces come out. I think I already said that, but you can hear it again and know it better. So there's his stand. And here are his shorts and jacket. And here's his hoodie. So it doesn't seem to... Guess maybe you should put the hoodie on and then put the jacket on. It'll probably fall off, but it seems to go better on with him not in it. So, does seem to be really loose there, though. It's just loose there. There's his, where his hoodie's down, and he comes with this inside of each arm so it doesn't shrink on you, and also for his hands so it doesn't shrink on the hands. And for some reason this arm, its paint seems to be coming off a lot. Aww. And here is his shorts too, has for his knee, his shorts, and here's his little leg or thigh can move a lot around in there. It gives you extra mobility. So there are his accessories. So now we will look at the figure. This is what Miles is going to look like when you first take him out of the packaging. This is the hands that he comes with him. When you take him out of the box, he comes with the fisted hands. And he looks really good. He's really small. That's because he's a small teenager and is animated too, I suppose. And they made his neck a little too small, or his short. They need to make it a little taller. His head could be like, it's this piece that needed to be longer, I believe. Maybe a little shorter than that. What do you think? Think that looks good? I think that looks pretty good. Like that. Just take it off and rest it on there. Makes him a little taller. But they needed to make his neck taller. So let's get into his articulation. So his head can go up about that far. he can go down really far. His chin actually stops him from going. So if you move his head like this, he can go just a tad bit more. Like he broke his neck there. This is painful. He can go side to side and turn his head all the way around. He got really good movement with his neck and head there. So that's for his head. And now his arms can go out to a T shape, and they can go all the way around. Got his bicep swivel here, double jointed elbows, and these joints are they feel really good and sturdy, not too soft but not too stiff. And his hands go just all the way around. They don't go up or down or side to side, because his hand has a peg and it just pops in that hole. They decided to do that with this guy. And his arms, they're made special, so his butterfly joint, you can see like that, there's like a really big shoulder there, and it goes like way in there, so that takes care of the butterfly joint there, so it can go really well. And out about there, they can cross, which is good. Cross there. Got his ab crunch, his first ab crunch. It's about there. And his second ab crunch. Really good. At the torso there's second ab crunch, and he can go all the way, he can go back about there. Really good. You can go side to side and turn all the way around on the top torso and the bottom one as well, probably. But I guess not without taking it off. It would be really hard to do that, but you didn't really want to do that. He got good turns there at both of his torso and his waist there, which is really good. He can kick his leg up about there, which is good. He can kick back about there. He can do out this far. Pretty good splits. Got a little bit of a thigh swivel there, in there. Some joints work better on one side of the figure than others too. Like that one goes way. Right. Yeah, I think that one goes in a little bit more. He's got double jointed knees. Good. And you can hyperextend it just a tad. And his his foot can point like that. He can go up about there. You got toe point, his toe can go up. He can make it look like he rolled his ankle really bad. And that way too. You can get into all kinds of motions, and it can go all the way around. So that is for his articulation. Now let's look at him in his jacket. So take his arms off. I say that one comes off really easy. I think the best way to take it off, you kind of go up and then like turn it, and like just like turn it, and then it'll kind of pop itself out a little there. And then you can take that off. You need to take his feet off too, for his shoes and his knees. This guy comes apart in all kinds of places. So You want to kind of pull his jacket apart too. Yeah, kind of like squish him in there. There's his jacket and his shorts. And take these little plugger things out and put his knees in. And Miles is not that difficult to take apart. And you're gonna put his shoes in, or shoes on him. Oops. Gotta put his tied shoelace back in. Makes a little popping sound, just a little though, like a plug-in sound. So there's him with his shoes on. Let me just sit down a little bit. There we go. And you're gonna take the pluggers out of his arms there too. And let's put this hand in. Here's a web hand or the mallet holding hand. And let's put a flipper on. And the problem with these... Ooh, that one, web almost came off. It's a little concerning, but problem with these is that he doesn't do it straight. See? Well, you can see better when I put it on him. His arms on him. So you just kind of want to pop that in there too. And do same there. And voila, Miles is in his What's Up Danger song, Leap of Faith clothes. Problem with this is you can't make him shoot straight. See? So that's the problem with that, with these types of web hands, but okay. And here's his hoodie. So the hoodie is really hard. There, I guess that, well, there, you kind of just have to like push pretty hard, and the clothes doesn't seem to hinder his movements. That jacket being spread out like that, it really helps him going back and go forward. The only hindrance is in his arm. It can't go all the way down. That's about as far down as you can get there. He also has an extra movement here with his shorts going on, like a loose leg in there. You can move it around and stuff. That one's actually a little looser, and his knees can still bend pretty good even with the shorts on. He's got his shoes. His shoes have a toe point as well, and his can point that. He has a little hinge there where the top goes, so that's good. You can go side to side. Just not as much, but I don't want to force it there. And his shorts movement go out there. He can pretty much do the splits with his shorts. He can kick higher in his shorts because it's a rubbery material there. And go back about there, so he's a little more flexible in the shorts. He also has a thigh swivel with the shorts too, not as much though. See there. And butterfly joint don't walk that great with his jacket on. So see, this is as far as he can go with the jacket on. His jacket arms also have a double jointed elbow, and that's with his hood down. And with his hood up, it doesn't completely go around his head, which I guess if you did, you couldn't make him go looking up. So I guess that's pretty good. So there's his hood on, and here's with his Miles face. I'm gonna take this hand off and put this hand on. Here's with his Miles face. And here is what his mallet, and with his mallet that Spider-Ham gave him. Needs some hammer space for this. Here's his mallet. So he looks pretty good in these clothes. Really like the joints, they seem really smooth and stuff. Miles is kind of looking off to the side, but that's okay. I really like his head too. Looks spot on to the movie. So let's look at some size comparisons now. Alright, I wanted to mention something else that I kind of forgot to. His little hoodie strings can move too, so you can move them around. And his jacket elbow seems to be able to move up and down a little bit. Not sure if that's with all of them or just mine. It could be with all of them, most likely, but he's got movement there in both of his elbows there, as you can see. So it can move kind of like where the thigh swivel would be, or I mean the bicep swivel. And the hoodie does hinder his head movement a little bit, like down there where it goes around his neck. And sometimes the arms are easy to pop off. Sometimes this stuff is easy to pop off. So yeah, that's about far as his arms will go in. And look how far with his shorts he can bend down with these clothes. So very flexible in his shorts because of the rubbery material. And since you have an extra of that, and his knees can hyperextend just a bit, he can get to like that in his short clothes because of that extra movement up there and his knee hyperextension. And I would say to be a little careful on his shoes when you move them. They're not as flexible as his Spider-Man shoes, like going this way. I would be kind of careful because you don't want to break that peg there. So with that said, now we will look at the comparisons. Here he is next to the Sentinel's Spider-Gwen and the new red and blue suit from SH Figure Arts. And the Sentinels really make Miles and Gwen look like teenagers. There they are together, Peter being the tallest. So now let's look at a few more figures. These are the spider trio that I like the best. 3 spider people I like the best. Here he is next to his Uncle Aaron, and he really looks like a kid here. So look how tall his Uncle Aaron is. Guess he has his shoes on there too. Here he is next to Kraven from Marvel Legends. And he's about at Kraven's shoulder. And here he is next to the Mezco Peter, classic Spider-Man. He's about at his chin. So yeah, he's a small dude there. Here he is next to Ned Leeds and Tom Holland Peter Parker. And he's small there too. So he's a small kid. So there are those two. And picking them apart isn't that hard either. All you have to do is just pop his arms off like that, and that side really is losing some paint there, but oh well. You just do that and take his jacket off here, pop this off, pop this back on, pop this off and pop that off, put his knee back in place, put his other knee back in place, and put his arm back on and his other arm back on. Now let's put his feet back on, his Spidey shoes, and let's see if his shoes make him taller. And not much. He can still stand. It makes it a little unleveled, but doesn't really change there. So it doesn't really change there with the shoes or the spider feet. And here he is unmasked. So now let's wrap this video up. Okay, now for the random fact. The random fact is that a shrimp's heart is located in its head. But doesn't that mean it's technically the brain? It's kind of weird. Have fun with that information and see you till next time. Peace.